What is up, future me? This is the first video. Welcome. There's gonna be a lot of pauses in this video. I'm outside, so there's probably gonna be a lot of background noise as well. But this is literally just for me in the future, so I can look back and I have this. You know, I already have a podcast. You know, where I basically just record my thoughts and post it, no edits, it's just raw, I don't give a crap who sees it, I never check. This is going to be the same thing, but just in video form. So I'm going to try to post this as often as I could. I'm not holding myself to any commitments or requirements. I'm not going to make any fancy edits or none of that, probably zero edits at all, actually. Because I don't like editing and it takes a lot of time, and I want to just get this up. So it's going to be the exact format that I do with the podcast, where literally I just record myself either talking or record what I'm saying, and that's it. It is what it is. No edits. I don't care who sees it. I'm just literally posting it so that it's in a place where if I ever lose this camera or something like that, I can always go back and watch the videos. And this is for the future me. So that being said, just gonna do a small life update, talk a little bit about what's going on and what's really gonna be in probably the majority of the next bunch of videos that I make. So I did make a recording about this. When I say recording, I mean a podcast, but I made a recording about this, but I'm not sure. I don't know, I want to make it in video form. So little life update. It's now, today is Thursday, May 2nd, I believe. Yeah, it's Thursday, May 2nd. It's now 2:50 p.m. It's 3 p.m. and that's something I'll get to in a minute. But basically, so my semester in school is coming to an end, and I decided, you know, my plan for the future right now is that I'm going to take a leave of absence for the next semester, so the next approximately 6 months. And then at that point, I will either decide to go back to school, which I doubt, or to completely drop out of college. And the purpose was I want to get a job in sales. So I'm going to try to not make this video too long, so I'm going to keep it shorter for now. But long story short, I was applying for a bunch of jobs. I got a job with a company called Absolute Roofing, which is basically a roofing company, and it's door-to-door sales. It's a 1099, which means I'll be completely by myself. So like, no, it's basically like it was with the Magic, where I'll be responsible. There's no one over my head trying to tell me what to do or anything like that. It's literally just gonna be me on my own time, doing my own thing on my own schedule. I'm my own motivator. There's gonna be training and all of that, but it's really going to be a lot of the responsibility is going to be on me, and this is what I want. It's door-to-door sales. So my plan is to do that for the next little bit, and the reason I mention this is that's probably what's going to contain, I should say take up the bulk of these videos. Is most likely I'm going to just give some feedback on my day and how it was, what happened, what didn't happen, what went right, what went wrong, etc. So the next time you see me with this camera will probably, I'm not sure, so again, nothing is set in stone with this YouTube thing right now, but the next time you see me with this camera will probably, maybe not, but probably be after my first day of door-to-door sales, my first day on the job. And like I said, most of my recording is probably going to be at the end of the day, just kind of giving feedback on how it was. So I can kind of document the journey along the whole way of every step of me, you know, in the progression of my sales experience or skills or job or whatever, just my time doing that stuff. That's what it's most likely going to be. Every once in a while I'll talk about some other stuff and I'll make this my recording, and I might even record the quote-unquote podcast, or just I'll make the recording while I'm making this. So the next time I want to do that, I'll just have to set up a camera and do them both. Do one audio, one visual, and just do it that way maybe. But these videos are going to be probably very inconsistent. It's most likely going to be once every while, but then I'll upload like 5 or 6 at a time or something like that. I don't know. Also, I don't have YouTube because all my social media is blocked. I don't have any social media whatsoever. So the way that I'm going to be posting this is I'm literally sending it to a friend in a different country, and he's going to be posting it on YouTube for me. So he has like all the information to my account and everything. He's the one that's posting this. So I have no social media. I have no access to any of that. So I can't even post these videos myself. But so this is the first one. I'm not really in the mood to talk about stuff because I just made a recording earlier today for like 30-40 minutes. So probably not going to talk about anything much right now. I just wanted to kind of make this just to set it up. Something cool. I mean, it's literally 3 p.m. not even, and I got every single thing that I had on my to-do list done today. This is the last thing. All I have to do is work on my stage, which is basically a startup company that I'm doing. There's like a business entrepreneurship program for my school that my school is running, but after the semester's over, like my attention has just been elsewhere, so I haven't really put in any effort into that. But the presentation night is coming up literally in a week, so I probably have to do that. But besides for that, I finished everything on my to-do list, and it's literally 3 p.m. and that's all because I got up this morning and went to the gym. And you know, something that I'm consciously gonna do from now on is, it's not that, you know, oh, I got up early one day, or, you know, it feels good, I'm gonna try to get up early. It's like, this is the new me. It was planned, it was on my calendar, it was written down weeks in advance that today, May 1st, or actually it was yesterday, May 1st was the day that my life started, meaning the habits and the things that will create the person I want to become. It is now that I start doing that. So the person that I envision myself, and the billionaire, he does certain things, he has certain habits. The billionaire doesn't wake up at 12 p.m. and go to the gym and that's his day. Billionaire does certain things every day. And so now it's about time that I start doing those things in order to become that person. And so that started yesterday. So it's not that, oh, I got up early today or I get up early tomorrow. This is now my new normal. I've made a decision, a conscious decision, and I now tell myself, and I'm consciously working on accepting the fact that this is my new normal. This is now what I do. So it's not that it's just for one day, it's for 2 days, it's for a week. This is the new normal. So however much it sucks, however much I hate it, this is what I do from now on, period. And that includes going to bed on time. That includes the lights going off at 9:45 and then using my sun alarm or whatever to as a way to see. That includes reading my goals every night, reading the notebook every night, getting up early every morning, going to the gym, sticking to my diet, all of these things. It's now who I see myself as a person. It was a total recreation of my identity. And the same goes for cheating on my diet or having foods that I'm not supposed to eat, eating crappy foods. I am no longer a person who eats those kinds of foods and who cheats on my diet. It's not that, oh, now I decided to stick for a couple weeks to my diet or something changed, or, you know, I'm taking a break. I am no longer a person who does those things and eats those foods. The person who did that, the person they saw, was a different person. That's not me. And of course, everything I'm saying now, I can't tell to my parents because they'll think I'm crazy and all of that. And something that I didn't really want to touch on because it's going to piss me off, and I don't want to get too deep right now into this, but my father literally sent me an article about how my college right now, which is Yeshiva University, because of all the anti-Semitism that's going on secular college campuses, they're overflowing with applicants. Yeshiva University is overflowing with applicants. And so he's basically warning me that if I drop out, there's no guarantee I'll get back in, or I can reapply. And honestly, that bothered me for a bit, and I was nervous, and, you know, I did set up a meeting with my guidance counselor just to talk about it. That being the case, I also realized that I chose this path for a reason, and it's because I wanted to take this path. And when I die, I'm not gonna want to have said what if. I'm not gonna want to have gone to college and think about what it would be like if I hadn't, if I had followed this path. And I think just thinking about it with that frame, that I'm going to die, and if I'm going to die, this is what I want to have done. This is the path I want to take. No matter if I succeed, if I fail, if I end up out of school, out of a job, and living with my parents, them screaming at me every day, you know, if they love me and care about me the way that they say they do, I doubt they'll throw me on. I don't think they will throw me on the streets. If they do, that is what it is, and that's my choice, and that's my responsibility. And I'm not saying that I'm going to take advantage and not go to school and not work a job and just sit at home and watch television all day. It's not at all what I'm saying. I wouldn't even want to do that. I wouldn't let myself do that. I would hate to be the person who does that. I would hate to do that. I just wouldn't. That being the case, I'm also not going to make these decisions because I'm afraid and because they tell me I should. You know, and there's multiple levels. Some levels are they're not living the life that I want to live, so they can't tell me how to get to where I want to get. I'm not going to listen to their advice just because that's what they think. But more importantly, as I just said, I'm going to die. I'm very aware of that. And when I die, this is the path that I want to have taken. I don't want to have the thought that what would have happened if I would have listened to this path, if I would have followed this path. I don't want to have gone to college as a safety net and then always have the thought with the rest of my life of what would have happened, what would have been. So that helps me counteract the fear of failure of before it was I take a leave of absence, then I drop out, and if it doesn't work I can go back. Now that the possibility to go back might not be available, might not be an option, there's a additional level of risk to it. But again, however scary that may be, the thought that I'm going to die, and I don't know when that is what grounds me to say, no, this is the path that I want to take, this is the path that I choose to take, no matter what. And so that's something that I'm going to need to come back to and look at as a reminder in a little bit. So whenever I watch this video in the future, when I'm probably struggling or going through a hard time in 6 months from now, again, today's May 2nd, 2024, you know, just remember that when I'm struggling, when the leave of absence is coming to an end and I'm deciding what to do, just keep that in mind. However difficult it may be to continue on what I'm doing and to not go back to college, and however risky it may be that the option if I drop out to return may not be there, I'm going to die. And this is the path that I want to take if I do die. And hopefully that thought and that perspective will ground me and reassure me as much in the future as it does now. But that's like the gist of it. So like I said, I don't want to stretch this out too long. I don't want to get too deep into that topic. This is probably going to be the end of the first video. But yeah, I mean, so the next couple of videos will probably just be me going back and going over on how my day was and what went wrong, what went right in the door-to-door sales, and literally just message from a future me. So Evan, Ezra, whatever you go by at that point, probably be Evan. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for this one. Like I said, I really don't want to get too deep into any other topics right now. I could record other videos, but all that's going to happen is it's going to become inconsistent. So I'm going to pick a day, I'm going to record like 10 videos, and then I'm just not going to record a bunch for a long time, and I don't want that to happen. What's going to happen is become a burden. That's why I've stopped. You know, I've thought about starting a fitness channel, and I have a bunch of fitness content of myself, you know, me in the gym, videos, pictures, etc. But what happens is it literally becomes a burden where it affects my workouts, and I've said it to other people that that's the only reason I don't post any fitness content, and it's true, is because recording my workouts takes me out of the focus mode. Like, it doesn't let me get into the zone, it doesn't let me lock in, and so that affects my workout, which is something I'm not willing to do. So if I had a photographer, if I had a videographer, a cameraman, I would post the content. But right now I don't have one of those, and it's probably not going to be quote unquote realistic to have one that like follows me around and is available every single time I'm available and I go to the gym. So yeah, I'm not really posting fitness content, but this is going to be it. Like I said, I'm not holding myself to any obligations with this or commitments. It's just going to be whenever I feel like it, similar to the recordings. Yeah, so I'm thinking about it now as I'm talking about this. I have a thought where like maybe I could record topic videos, like instead of just random ones of me speaking and stuff. Like, I guess give myself an update on where I'm at right now, religion wise, like religiosity, where I'm at, fitness wise, where I'm at, struggles that are happening right now with my diet. Struggles, ridiculous. But you know, thoughts about college life, my parents living at home versus renting, my food, all of that. I could make specific videos about those specific topics. Honestly, I could probably fit them all into one video, but I don't really want to do that right now. I might do it later just because like, so I don't know what the heck that was. The camera just said internal temperature too hot. It had to cool down and just stop the video. But as I was saying, I could either make topic videos about those specific things, or I could kind of fit them in one video if I really wanted to. But as I was saying, I might do it a bit later today and make some of those videos, just because it's literally 3 p.m. and I finished everything I had to do for the day. So I wrote car shopping on my calendar, but I guess I'm gonna wait for that and not get it right now until I need it. Although I do really need a car, so I mean, that's something I have to think about also. That's another topic, is if I want to buy a car or not. My parents keep saying I should wait, no reason to get into debt before I need it. You know, you have to have insurance. You can't even drive the car off the lot without insurance. Off the lot, I should say, without insurance. So, like, is now a point where I want to start paying hundreds of dollars a month that I don't have just for a car. You know, especially depending on how much I'm going to use it. So these are all topics that I can make a video about. Like I just said, I might do it later today, might not, we'll see. But yeah, so I kind of just keep repeating myself. So, and again, I might also make a recording explaining the roofing and all of that, and like the jobs and stuff. But you can find a lot of that, honestly. I will find a lot of that information in the future me podcast or okay, I'm switching. I hate the word podcast. I'm saying recordings. Okay, they're on Spotify, so I call them a podcast. But again, I only upload there. I upload them there, so in case something happens to my phone, you know, and the app or the files in my phone, it's on Spotify, so I can access it from anywhere, which is the exact same thing and reason that I'm doing this YouTube thing. Just so if anything ever happens to this camera or memory card or whatever, these videos get lost, there are somewhere where I could access them, regardless of the device. So a lot of info, and to get caught up or whatever, you can find that in the recordings for me. But anyway, future me, so that's it. I think this is the end of the video, and like I said, not sure when or if what the next video is going to be. If it's going to be something about the topics that I just mentioned, or if it's going to be me after my first day of door-to-door sales, or after my 100th day of door-to-door sales. I have no idea. Could be me in 2 days from now, could be me in 6 months from now. So we'll see, but that's it for this one. So I will see myself in the next one. Peace. Wrap.